What's up, boys and girls? We are back with another vault video. Today I have at least in this video I have 5 vaults to open, including a shaman this time around. So we have an extra character. I'm gonna just kind of go through and pray that we get some good stuff. Now, there were a few characters I did less on, there was a few characters I did more on, but we'll start with the demon hunter per usual. I think did 1 key, so I'm gonna just take whatever I get from the vault. I might take coins, we'll see. Keys this time around feel a little different. I mean, there's 2 factors, right? Like the fact that gear scales higher in keys, like all the way up to like 20, and the fact that the keys are more difficult per level you go up. So it feels like it's a lot more harder to get like alts done, which I don't know if anyone else shares that same sentiment, but it's like really hard to keep up with alts. I feel like all my alts have gotten really far behind my main, who's like 410, but all my alts are like 390 or less. Just because like getting into keys is hard, completing keys is hard, harder than it has been in the past. I don't think that's necessarily difficult, but we're gonna yeet this guy open. I am opening it for Havoc. I definitely want to change that to Vengeance, and we're going to open this bad Larry up. Yeah, but I just feel like I haven't been able to get a lot of different gear, and of course I pull crit mastery. I mean, shoulders are good. Fuck, man. I was hoping it would be tier, and it's not. But that's a-okay. I don't have coins yet. I have 385 shoulders in my bags. 395 is a little bit better, but it's not like great. Do I take coins here for the long run? I mean, it's only 2, so I think I might just take shoulders for the item level upgrade. It's better than nothing, right? I can always turn these into tier down the road, though I probably wouldn't. I don't know if I ever plan on actually playing the DH. The DH is getting some buffs here in the near future, but I don't think it's enough to like make me want to start playing it more. It's something that I want to start gearing up slowly but surely, hence why I'm at least doing 1 key, but I am now 380. We are still in mostly that World Quest farming gear. Let's do the Druid next. The Druid I ended up doing only 4 keys on. I don't remember. They were like 10s, I think. I don't think I did anything crazy. I think I just tanked 10s through 13s last week. I recently talked about the Guardian Druid rework that's coming up. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't see myself going back and playing Bear anytime in the near future unless they somehow make some major adjustments to the 10.0.5 changes, on top of also a little bit of tuning, because Bear just feels significantly weaker than everything else. But we'll make sure we're in Guardian. We'll throw our gold pile. We'll sneeze. And then we'll open the vault. Ugh. Oh my lord, what are these vaults, dude? That's alright. I already have 4 coins, so I could take coins if I wanted to socket something, which I could. 411 boots would be pretty massive upgrade here. It's just crit mastery in both fronts. If I get a socket, I can add it to my avoidance verse mastery helm that I got in week 1. This is a verse mastery Razageth avoidance helm that can be upgraded to 415, so I could add a socket to this, but if I ever do playing on this down the road, I could just add a socket later, I guess. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just going to take the boots since they're an upgrade. But this is a pretty disappointing vault too. I mean, again, it all comes down to how much you do, right? So when you only do 1 key or 4 keys or whatever, or you do 1 wing of LFR, like your vault's naturally going to have a much smaller chance of being good. Now, if I did 9 slots and they were all shit, that would be something else. But we still have that helm that we got a couple weeks ago. We still have that jeweled signet of Melandris, but for now, we're still looking pretty weak. 394 now is what we are up to on our Druid. I always forget, but I'll have to go back and enchant. Now, okay, for my guild, I am making a swap to Shaman for the time being. So I did a bunch of stuff on my Shaman last week. I did like, I did full Raid Finder. I then did a full normal clear. And we did a heroic alt run that I ended up getting like 5 bosses down in. So we have like 2 heroic raid slots, 1 normal raid slot, and then I did a bunch of keys. If I take the key item, more than likely it'll be the first slot, since I think we completed an untimed 17. I forgot what key it was. I think it was an Algothar. We failed an Algothar 17, but we completed it, so I have that vault slot, and then the rest are like 12s and 13s. So we will... I don't know what... I think I roll Enhance, or sorry, Resto, because I will be mostly healing for my raid until we replace our healer. Then I don't know what I'll be doing, but that's why I'm on the Shaman. I don't even know what I'd be looking for. Tier, but I'm only 385, so I got a long way to go, but after raid tonight with a little bit of funnel, I should be able to quickly catch up. All right. We have tier legs, 415. Not too shabby. I don't think I'll take any of this stuff because it's all heroic, and just like based off of item level alone, I'm probably going to take tier. But we have the Haste Verse Necklace, which I can turn into a mount, but I won't. We also have the Iceblood Death Snare. I don't think this is a good trinket. Yeah, I don't think it's a good trinket. And then I have tier hands, but we'll probably be taking tier from... Like, I'll be probably getting some tier from raid. So we'll probably end up going with the leggings, if I'm being honest. Part of me wants to wait, though. I know a lot of people, like, Pug or your guild controls loot, but in my raid, like, tonight we're doing a funnel raid, basically for me and one other person. So I'm thinking maybe hold off on this, but I don't know what else I would take, though. Because, like, all of these other items, like, they're good, but, like, for example, I have Lariat. I'm going to upgrade the Lariat at some point. We have a trinket that I'll never use, and, like, fucking hands at 395. There's no way I take those, right? So I think we just go for pants. Just strictly based off of item level increase, plus its tier, so this gives me 2 set. Yeah, we'll do that. Mythic pants. I don't plan on doing a lot on my Shaman when it comes to keys, so I don't expect to really get anything higher than that, so I'm totally happy with 415. Throw those bad Larrys on, and that, we just went up 3, what did I replace 272 or 372? That's insane. We're in a really good spot now outside of the fact that I'm still wearing green bracers. Alrighty. So the other day I did a main swap video just talking about like how I would main swap or what I would main swap to if I could, or if I could. And I kind of came to the conclusion that I'd probably be swapping to Brewmaster, especially because they just came through with buffs. So if we come into our spell book, our Celestial Brew should be much lower CD. It's now only 36 seconds, down from like, what was it, 40? 45? They reduced the cooldown of it, which is allowing us to probably play more comfortably into Training of Nizao, which means we can drop Light Brewing, which is fine. And then there's some other like mastery traits that we can get here. I think playing like into Weapons of Order might be a little bit more viable. Not that it isn't, but a little bit more viable. So I can see the builds changing a lot for Brewmaster, which is really exciting. Plus they increase the effectiveness of Magical Stagger. So I don't know, it's just like looking really good. But I have a few good items. My character still, like, stat weights are really all over the place. For example, like, you can see here that I'm mostly crit mastery, which is not great. I'd love to be more verse crits. I could have a little bit less haste. I think I have haste on, like, 1 or 2 of my items. Here on the Null Bracers, also my weapon has a massive amount of haste on it. 400 haste from the weapon. So I could definitely drop the haste a bit, but I don't know if I'm after anything specific. So naturally, we're going to throw our gold pile and open this bad guy up. Perfect. Okay, so we got normal. I just did normal raid on this guy. I did a couple of bosses. So I got Ice Climber's Cleats, which will not replace, and I'm literally wearing the same weapon. Wow, dude, I feel so unlucky with these. So we got Palms of the Waking Fist at 418, which will be a pretty massive upgrade from my 395, but I already have them on. We also have the 415 Haste Mastery Belt, which really bad stats, so I probably won't take this over the tier. And then we have a 408 helm with a socket in it. Now, in a week, the Inspiration Catalyst opens up, which will allow me to turn this into tier. And because it's from the vault, you can see that little upgrade thing. We can upgrade this to 415. So that's an option. And it has a socket in it already, which would actually save us coins down the road. That's kind of a tough decision. These would be a massive upgrade. 418 all up to 395. I can also get a helm in future weeks at a higher item level, especially when I start doing higher keys. So I think I might go for the raw main stat, because this would be like looking into the future, but also I would replace this anyways, where I probably won't be replacing this. Like, unless I get a 421 and I need nothing else for my vault. But the chance of me replacing the helm would be much higher than me replacing the Waking Fists. But with that being said, this would be a direct item level upgrade way higher, right? Haste Masteries. I mean, I'm still wearing a 372 for Christ's sakes. So we're gonna... Fuck, man. This is actually... It's not a great vault, and it's not a good position to be in, but, like, it's a thoughtful one. So 70 agility compared to 126 agility. But I can also farm loot from dungeons, right? Like, I can farm a helm. It's not Algathar. It's not Ruby Life Pools. No, it is Ruby Life Pools. Yeah, I just have to... Fuck, I have to farm Ruby Life Pools. It's just, like, the only other thing is, like, it has a socket. Socketed Valor spending on a helm that's an upgrade or... Palm of the Waking Fist. I think I'm going to go tier here and just directly upgrade my normal tier to 418. I might regret this, but also in a week I'll forget that I even had that as an option. So we'll fucking send it, baby. I'll be doing a lot more on this character though in the future, so hopefully we can start getting some bigger keys done. Let's see, we got a 19 Nakud. That'll be fun. Last but not least, we have our Protection Warrior. The more I play the Prot Warrior, the less I'm enjoying it. I don't know if that's just because, like, the kind of the new class flavor's wearing off, but yeah, just not really feeling the Warrior anymore. So I'm looking for a change in scenery. I'm going to keep playing the Warrior. I'm going to keep pushing on it for a bit, but I don't know. I definitely going to be swapping to Brewmaster, but for the time being, we're going to keep working on the Warrior. We're at 409. We have a lot of stuff. Like, the biggest thing that I'd like to replace would be probably my helmet. I need a 4 set, right? So I have 3 set currently. I have the shoulder, chest, and pants. My pants are 389, which is super low. And then I have a chest at 395. So I have 2 pieces of normal tier. And then I have a 418 shoulders that I ripped last week. So ideally, in the best case scenario, we would have a helm in our vault. A tier helm. Will that be the case? Probably not. I do have 415 bracers that I do plan on turning into tier next week if I get unlucky. So we still have like a safety net. Kind of need that 4 set. Outside of that, I have everything else that I kind of need. Maybe a better shield. But mostly upgrading this tier. That's really what's holding my item level back. So let's rip this bad guy open. Oh, hold on. Protection. There we go. Don't make that mistake. That's crazy. Okay. Well, we got the tier that we wanted, but we didn't get the tier that we wanted. Okay, so we got a 408 chest, which would be a pretty massive upgrade. What is that, 10 item levels or so? 13. We have better pants at 402 with avoidance on it, which actually isn't too bad, but again, it can't be upgraded. So if knowing that I'm going to be doing keys and going to be getting these kind of vault options, 418s, and I can't ever see myself grabbing 402 that can't be upgraded. Though it does have avoidance, which is always super useful. And then I have the Seal of Fly All Duty, which I already have, which fucking sucks. Hopefully none of my guild members watch this video. Because I took this ring last week for myself, because it's pretty massive. We have a 421 shield that we can take. I think this would be big. It is Verse Mastery, which means that we would be losing out on some crit. But high Verse Mastery is a little bit better than crit in my opinion, but I'd be losing avoidance. But we're gaining 40 strength from it, which I think I'm going to end up taking. We also have a Haste Mastery chest, which I could turn into tier in a week to replace the 395. But again, we'll probably see chests again. And then I have a cloak that kind of shit stats, super high crit, low mastery. We'll take the shield, I guess. I don't think there is like anything. Yeah, this would be a better upgrade, I think. All right. Oh my God. No 4 set. 4 set eludes me. But we'll take our big old fucking shield. Okay, so that's the vault. We do get a new spark this week, so keep that in mind when you're out running around. I think we just come over here. Yeah, obtain a power core from Watcher Iridis and defeat Primal in... Oh, you have to do Halls of Infusion. Fuck. So you have to do a dungeon. Probably an M0 would be best. So yeah, just do a dungeon. Okay, cool. So you get your 4th spark this week. So you should be able to craft your 4th item at 392 if you have enough resources for it. If you've been doing your world quest, doing your Mythic Plus, you should be able to do that. The weekly affixes should be Spiteful Grievous. What kind do I have? 19 Shadow Moon. That's not bad. So yeah, good luck in your vaults. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. That's all I got. It's really it. Get your spark, and yeah, good luck.